Good morning, judges and guests. We are from the British Columbia Institute of Technology. My name is Alina, this is Cynthia, Jacinta, and Rachel, and we are excited to introduce you to Farmstay Fraser Valley. So the Fraser Valley is located roughly 60 to 90 minutes from Metro Vancouver and is comprised of large areas of agricultural land. Because of this, Destination BC has deemed it an ideal region for the development of agritourism. To support this objective, the Circle Farm Tour program was created. This is a self-guided tour that takes visitors through a variety of markets, farms, and heritage sites at their own pace. Currently, the region is facing several challenges regarding the growth of the agritourism industry in the area. First, there is a lack of attractive accommodation options, and tourists are finding little incentive to stay overnight, meaning the average overnight occupancy rate for hotels is approximately 57%. The Fraser Valley does offer many beautiful campsites. However, with the growing number of tourists, locals are finding it increasingly more difficult to secure these spots, especially during peak seasons.
So in order to address these challenges and to increase overnight visitation in the region, we are proud to introduce Farmstay Fraser Valley. This unique concept is an overnight farm experience that is nowhere to be found in British Columbia as of today. It basically consists of having up to 3 permanent tent facilities on a farm that can accommodate up to 6 people. These guests will have the opportunity to participate in various farm activities, such as picking up their own eggs, picking up their own fruit and vegetables, milking a cow, and going on a complete farm tour with a farmer for a fun and learning experience. To customize their stay, they'll have the option to pre-book a dinner prepared by a local chef and paired with some Fraser Valley local wines. This entire experience is based on a successful UK company called Featherdown. Featherdown operates on 30 farms in seven different countries, and they have an average occupancy rate of 65%. Their guests rate their experience at 9.5 out of 10, so it has been a successful concept so far. This unique experience will be available for $250 a night, and that includes a nice fresh farm breakfast for each guest. These prices are based on the average Featherdown prices, and we've also looked at different yurt rentals in the region that rates between $150 to $400 a night. Also, to be eligible to have a farm stay, a farm must have sufficient land, have an authentic and rustic feel while being home to various farm animals and farm activities to entertain their guests. But most importantly, they should be on an agricultural land reserve zoning, and that allows farm to operate a business B&B style for up to 10 guest rooms. So with this in mind, we've looked at various farms in the region, and the following 3 farms all meet those criteria and would be a really good starting point for the project. Finally, each farm is expected to create 2 to 3 new job employments, and as there's a higher unemployment rate with the Aboriginal community in the region, we strongly recommend Farmstay to collaborate with this community in order to create employment and encourage them to share their culture with guests and create that little extra value. And finally, Jacinta will describe a little bit more who Farmstay will be targeting.
So Farmstay will be targeting British Columbians, as they currently account for 46% of the overnight visitation rate in the Fraser Valley. Farmstay will be focusing on Metro Vancouver, as it has a growing population of over 2.5 million people, and this is also part of the Circle Farm Tour target market. 57% of Metro Vancouverites find outdoor recreation to be very important, while in 2011, 35% of Metro Vancouverites took at least one camping trip in the year. Over 633,000 families currently reside in British Columbia. Farmstay will be focusing on young families who are looking to escape their busy lives and the city madness. In 2012, Fraser Valley Regional District conducted some research which discovered that the characteristics of campground users to be young adults in their 30s who have children and have a higher than average household income. These attributes will also apply to Farmstay, as These attributes will also apply to farm stay as it is similar to camping. Moving on, I'll be discussing the consumer and market trends which we use to back up the vision behind farm stay. The first trend is staycations. In 2015, 57% of British Columbians chose to travel within BC instead of abroad, and this was due to the decreasing dollar as well as gas prices. A second trend is shared experiences, and 68% of travelers find family time to be extremely important. Lastly, local food and culinary travel. This is a growing trend with partnerships such as Circle Farm Tour, and 93% of all travelers, all vacations in the past 2 years consisted of a food or beverage unique experience. Now, Rachel will be discussing the sales and marketing plan that we applied to Farm Stay Fraser Valley.
Thanks, Jacinta. Now, in order to increase awareness and reach out to the Vancouver target market, an integrated marketing campaign will be implemented in collaboration with the DMOs and Circle Farm Tour partners. First off, we will create a Getaway with Farm Stay contest where 3 lucky families of up to 6 will be eligible to win a weekend getaway during the grand opening weekend. Contestants can register online through the Farm Stay websites along with registering at farmers markets. In order to increase buzz, public relations will be used by collaborating with DMOs to release a press release, along with approaching top mom bloggers and travel writers such as Crystal Clark and Nikki Bailey. We'll also approach CTV and Global News with goals to create a news story. Farm Stay will also collaborate with Vancouver Farmers Markets and sponsor the market for 1 year, which costs about $4,000. Vancouver Farmers Markets has 700,000 website visitors annually, along with 16,000 weekly shoppers. For direct marketing, e-newsletters will be sent out to current Farm Tour subscribers, along with DMO subscribers, and the new contacts acquired at the farmers markets. For internet marketing, Facebook and Instagram and TripAdvisor accounts will be created using the hashtag FarmStayFV. A complimentary Hello BC listing will also be created. Here are a couple examples of social media that will be used: a Facebook page and an Instagram, and guests will be also be directed to the Farm Stay website to book their stay. And here's an example of a printed brochure. These brochures will be displayed at farmers markets along with DMO visitor centers and Circle Farm Tour partner locations. A budget of $200,000 will be allocated evenly between Tourism Langley, Tourism Abbotsford, and Tourism Chilliwack. Each DMO will provide $52,000 to one eligible farm in the area to help with product development, leaving around $18,000 left for marketing expenses. Profit in year 1 is expected to be around $87,000, with a total investment of $182,000, bringing in a healthy ROI of 45%. Please refer to page 16 in the appendix for details of the financials.
By supporting local businesses, Farm Stay Fraser Valley can create an economic multiplier effect, more money being generated and circulated within the Fraser Valley. It will also help increase visitation from the staycation market in Metro Vancouver, helping increase revenue and market share of this target market for local businesses. Finally, Farm Stay's mission to create a unique agritourism experience directly aligns with the local DMO's objectives for increasing tourism revenue in British Columbia. That concludes our presentation. Thank you all very much.
Definitely missing in the market today, so thank you for the professionalism of your presentation. Quick highlights to start with. Love the fact that it's relevant to the market. Love the fact that it's relevant to the strength of where tourism Fraser Valley is going as far as it relates to the outdoor side of things as well as the agritourism. The camping shortage, I think, is well addressed. I think it's something that's definitely out there, and it plays on the sympathies and to suggest the needs of the Vancouver market. We look at all the negative press that was out there last year, and it gives an interesting opportunity. The incorporation is per the assignment of incorporating the First Nations. Some of that field, I think you could probably expand on that a little bit further, but I love the recruitment side of things that was coming from there, as well as the University of the Fraser Valley. Questions that I have though, 45% ROI. A simple question, who gets the money? I don't understand that still now.
This is the product to actually help the farms and increase the economy. So the farms will get their return on investment, and obviously that'll be reflected in other ways in the community.
So how is it scalable? So if we give you 200,000, 3/4 of that goes to 3 different farm projects to build. I'll call them yurts. I'm not sure if that's the right term. To build 3 different yurts. The farmer then makes the profit from that. So it's a donation in essence that comes through.
Yeah, basically it's a program to help the economy in the region. So they give that money to the farms to start the concept, and that will generate more tourism in the region as well. So it will be reflected.
So is there a year 2?
Of course.
And where does the funding come for year 2?
Sorry?
Where does the funding come for year 2?
So basically the funding is, like the big part of the funding goes to get started on the farms. So once the farms are operational, they'll be fully sufficient to, with their profit, to keep going year 2, year 3, and year 10. Does that answer your question?
Yes. Might be an opportunity there. So in simplified fashion, farmers as hoteliers, $250 average rate. Where did you come up with that number? That's a pretty healthy average rate.
The overnight rate for the farms. I think that was just based on the region and, sorry, like the current rate for yurts and things like that are in the region. What did you say, 150 to 400 per night. So we wanted to keep it competitive while also trying to add the value of the breakfast and the opportunity to kind of be immersed in the farm experience without making it too expensive so that people won't want to come, and too price too low so that it's not really helpful for the people that are running the business.
Thank you. Final question from me. Liability, insurance, young families, farms, machinery. Did you give consideration to that?
I think it was probably something that we discussed, but I'm not sure if it's reflected in the report, but definitely if this was to come to fruition, it would be something that would be added to the financials.
Okay. If I could just touch on that. The farms that we have looked into already have some kind of tourism operation going on for them, so we kind of assume they already have a certain insurance base. Obviously that would need to be reviewed.
Thanks very much. Great presentation. And as you build these types of presentations, and I appreciate the fact that you've worked through a business model and a forecast and revenue model, and as you'll start to experience more and more, the more of these you put in, the more questions are going to draw to that type of information. But that's just, you can't leave it out. That's just the way that it is. So thank you. So my question, and there might be 2 questions in here. There might just be one. You talked about the average occupancy at Featherdown. I think you said 64%. In your forecast model, you're using 100% occupancy. What do you believe is going to drive that 100% occupancy right away? Meaning, no bed will go empty for the duration of the entire summer.
Yeah. Well, I believe in the forecast it's actually, we've considered seasonality, so I don't believe it was 100% occupancy. We did, however, and the 65 occupancy for Featherdown is an average on year-round. So considering those seasonality, like we expect with the buzz created at first, it'll be more busy. So we expect like 80-90% occupancy rate, and then obviously slowing down as that season comes through, and then we expect to shut down during winter.
Great, thanks. Thanks. And then one more question. Other things to consider as you get into operations, you get these quite quickly. They're just in feedback for detail. Expenses like water, hydro, those are going to add up very quickly and quickly become some of your largest expenses. And so a good deal to get into include this. Thank you so much.